This is the first podcast I've ever done.
Lots of energy. Come on.
Friends in low places.
I'm so excited to be here.
We've done it 2 times already, and it's been really boring. So, amping up my voice, and I'm talking loud.
You're peaking on that. So.
I'm sorry. Okay. All right.
1, 2, 3.
My guest today. Here we go.
I think you can still tone it back a ton.
Yeah, you're right. My guest today. I think I really.
My guest today.
You can't talk till I introduce you. Okay.
I won't.
My guest today is a producer, writer, singer, and multi-instrumentalist from Atlanta.
Hey, let's just take it. Let's do it again. From the top.
My guest.
Little less.
Make it a little less intense, a little less aggressive.
But I'm gonna have music behind it though.
Oh, are you really?
I think so. I think so.
Okay, we trust you. I'll let you just do it.
My guest today is a producer, writer, singer, and a multi-instrumentalist from Atlanta. Collabed on a song with Flo Rida. Wow. And many others. You can guess who they are. I wrote this down very specifically. He was a child model for Abercrombie. Okay, wait. He did a song called Foot of the Cross, and it was on the radio. Has made multiple North Point Kids records. He is a below average volleyball player. Okay, this is serious.
Okay, you got it.
No, you can't talk until I introduce you. He has been an all-around mentor to me, and I'm lucky enough to call him one of my best friends now. And that's sincere. He has color synesthesia. He holds the Guinness record for the largest big toe is Benzer Boice.
What's up, dude? Benzer Boice.
Benzer Boice.
Benzer Boice.
How you doing, Benzer? You good?
I'm good, man.
Good, man.
I really want to let the audience know about Benzer.
Please do.
Should we go right into that? Is that the first thing we should talk about?
Yeah, we should, yeah.
Okay. You want to set it up?
I'll set the mood. I'm on drums. You're on acoustic. We play the set. It went good. We're sitting in the back of the church. Sermon happens. Now it's time for a prayer time, right?
Right.
Okay. So an old guy, very old guy, walks up to us.
Extremely old.
Very old. And he walks up and he says, "Wow, you guys did a great job tonight." And then really looks at you and goes, "What is your name?"
Yes. And I said my name to this guy. And let's clarify, this guy, he was a awesome guy. Forgot his name. What was his name? Clint?
No idea. That sounds right.
No. It was, I don't know, Earl, Clint, something like that. But
Definitely
all I know is he was
names,
warm. Yeah. He was nice.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
But extremely old. Like probably
Very
pushing
old.
90.
Yep.
So anyway, he comes up, asks me my name. I tell him my name, and he says what? And I'm like, Spenser. And he's like, huh? Spenser. That happened, what, 5 times?
If not more.
5 times. So then I literally, I feel like my lips touched his ear.
Yeah, he leaned in.
I actually touched his ear, and I was like, Spenser.
Yep. And then
he turns around, looks at me, and goes, Benzer? Chase goes, yep, that's it. That's it. This is the funniest part of the story.
That's what it was.
The funniest part of the story is that Chase, he walks up to Chase, or he turns to Chase, and he's like, and what's your name? He goes, Chase. And the guy goes, Chase.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Took him one time.
Yeah.
He just couldn't hear the name Spenser.
And Benzer is stuck.
Benzer.
I like it.
So my dad also goes to that church. He's the pastor. He talked to this guy a couple days later, and he was like, I met this guy at church the other day. His name was Benzer. Is he from Switzerland?
He said that for real.
So he never actually got my name right.
You
Crazy.
have color synesthesia. I listed
true.
that in your intro.
Yep.
Can you explain what that is?
So it's not called color synesthesia. It's just called synesthesia. You don't have to put the word color.
I
in front
Googled
of
it, and it's called color synesthesia. So
Okay. Well,
can we fact check that, Ron?
well,
Ron is here, and she's
hey, Ron, just
one
go
of
ahead and
our
look up
best friends.
synesthesia.
Let's look up synesthesia.
But anyway, I have synesthesia, and yes, it is the color type of synesthesia. And so it just means that I associate colors with all sorts of different things, particularly numbers, days of the week, months of the year, and people.
I'm glad you said that, because what we're going to do right now is play a little color game. Okay.
Okay, sweet.
So I'm going to list off some things, places, people.
Do we have a consensus from
Yes.
Ron real quick?
It's synesthesia.
Like what Spencer said, it's synesthesia. And it's a neurological condition in which information meant to stimulate one of your senses stimulates several of your senses.
That's right.
So maybe, you see a word or a name or something and you relate that to color or
That's
to
right.
another sense.
That's right. And also,
I honestly zoned out.
this is a fun fact.
I still think it's color synesthesia. All right, we'll get into it. Let's play the game. Here we go. All right, Ron, do you have a color game intro?
A what?
A color game intro.
A color game intro?
Bam, 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 bam.
And it's a color game. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba.
Bow.
It's the color game. All right, here we go.
Okay.
It's going to be rapid fire because I got a lot of them.
Oh, dude. Okay, but here's the thing.
I'll slow down with you.
Here's the thing, though.
Okay.
Some of the colors are very complex.
All right, well, just try and describe them as
Did
best
I
as you
sound
can.
like such a tool?
You
right
really
now?
do. You really do, but just describe them as best as you can. Literally, there is no wrong answer because it is the colors in your head.
Right, but okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm ready.
Nicolas Cage.
Gray.
Wow, this is crazy. Okay. Brad Pitt.
Burnt yellow. Burnt orangey yellow.
He is that. Yeah. Claire Crawley from season 16 of The Bachelorette.
I don't know who that is. But the name Claire is orange. And the name Crawley is like a reddish orange.
Okay. Tayshia Adams, who took over season 16 of The Bachelorette after Claire immediately fell in love with Dale.
Don't know
and
who that is.
pretty much ignored all the other guys.
Dude, I don't know who that is. I wish I knew who it was, but I don't know who it is.
All right, we'll skip that. Jack Black.
Jack Black is very, very dark brown.
You sure he's not black?
He's brown. Well, actually, it's not as dark as I made that sound. It's just brown.
Betty White.
Betty White is like yellow.
You sure
Pretty
she's
standard yellow.
You sure she's not white?
She's not white.
James Brown.
I don't know. Like
Brown?
a weird blue color. No, it's blue. It's like a weird blue color.
Okay. Charlie Brown.
Like mustard. Kind of like his shirt, honestly.
Interesting.
Which that could have stuff to do with it. Like,
Okay. That could. All right, the war in Afghanistan.
I don't see a color with that.
Okay.
I mean, I see like the color of Afghanistan, which I feel like is kind of dusty.
Green. Oh, okay, dusty. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, Ron, could you please? Oh my god. All right. The day Monday.
Pink. Pinkish purple.
Wednesday.
Purple. Very dark purple.
Ron, if you sneeze one more time, the song by Cardi B, WAP.
It's like gray, but not
Gray.
really a color. It's
Okay.
just not. It's just no.
The song All Night by Brothers Osborne.
It's like a fuchsia, like bright fuchsia.
Whoa.
Guys, I can rattle these off all
Guys,
day,
we
baby.
can do this all night.
All night, baby.
Well, what a fun game. Okay. Segueing from Fuchsia All Night. Speaking of that, that's the collab we did, right?
That is the collab we did, Chase.
Wow.
What a doozy, huh? What a
Man, it was a
slap around the
fun one
humdinger
to do. I loved that song.
Yeah.
Okay. So for that song, you were on guitar, I was on drums.
That's right.
What was your setup for that sick solo you did?
My setup was I used a American Fender Strat. That's teal. You see the color. It's pretty sick.
That
right?
matters,
Little
yeah.
turquoisey teal. It matters.
It does.
It adds to everything.
Mhm.
I plugged directly into Logic, put some plugs on there,
Yep.
added some compression, distortion, some gooey goodness, and just let it rip. Actually, pretty light setup.
That's cool.
Usually, you can get away with that when you're playing single notes on a guitar. If you're playing like more chord heavy stuff, plugging direct in is not as good.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, so you did say that solo was a lot harder than you thought it was, right?
Much harder than I thought it was.
Because I heard the song and I was like, this song is sick.
Yep.
This is going to be a great collab. Me and you both love Brothers Osborne.
Yep.
I thought it was a no-brainer for us to do it. Of course, I heard the solo and I was like, oh, Spenser will kill it, whatever. And then you were like, dude, this solo is way harder than I thought it'd be.
Way harder. Well, I told you I was going to do it. Like it was like I heard the solo and I thought, oh yeah, I could probably do that. And then I got home and I like tried to do it and I was like, oh no, this is not good.
Yeah.
I probably won't be able to do it. I started practicing. I was like 2 hours in and I sent you a video of me playing it like mega slow.
Yep.
Because I couldn't do it up to speed. And then I was like, dude, I don't know if I can do this. This is really, really hard. And then you called me a name.
Honestly, I'm not going to confirm or deny that.
Okay. Well,
let's just say that I called you a little wiener.
Yep.
And then you were like, what? I ain't no little wiener.
Honestly, I didn't
and then
even
you
respond.
freaking were like,
I didn't even respond.
You didn't.
I got angry.
And then he did it, and it was amazing because he sent it over to me, and I had to listen for myself just to say I was blown away. It was amazing. Yeah.
Well,
Ron,
if you're
I didn't give you that, Mike.
I just wanted to speak that.
You're the one that really
just for the
took it.
record, if you're a real guitar player, like if it's like your thing, this solo, you know, it's not as hard as I'm making it sound. If you're like a real serious guitar
Dude, you
player.
are a real serious guitar player.
Well, you know.
You stepped up.
But anyway, I learned it. I got motivated. You motivated me.
Yep.
I was like, I'm going to do this. And I practiced for like 5 hours. I stayed up till like 2 a.m. And I nailed it. I got it. Well, I didn't nail it, but I got it good enough.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, it sounded sick. I'm sure people have already heard the collab.
Dude, funny side story. This will get some good combos going. So my cousin, I hung out with him last night in Chattanooga on my way home from Nashville. He goes to Liberty University, and you know that their dean just recently got fired.
For what?
Because he was doing some shady stuff.
Just told me I had to edit this story out.
I've heard stories like that, and that makes me want to
Throw up?
I don't even know. Now that I'm married, especially.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're going to cut all this out, so.
Yeah, you're right.
We'll pick it right back up.
You're right. Well, the only hands that are touching my wife are mine, my cats, and the Lord's. The hand of God. Am I right?
The hand of God.
Amen.
God's hands, my hands, and the cat's hands. That's it.
Old hands are touching my wife. It's my hands, God's hands, and the cat's hands. Nobody else's hand touching my wife.
Amen. All right, well, would you rather...
Okay.
Yeah, this is a segment, Would You Rather. Ron, do you have a Would You Rather song?
Would you rather? Ooh.
That was nice.
Would you rather?
Would you
All right.
rather? I remember it.
All right.
Ooh.
Would you rather be shirtless, okay, and have, like, is Novocaine, is that numbing? Is that right?
Yeah.
So somebody Novocaine your nip, which one you want, your nipple.
Okay.
Okay. So it's completely numb.
Okay.
But somebody, I don't care who it is. Somebody has to bite your nipple off.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's numb.
It's numb though, so you really won't feel it, but you have to watch them put their mouth over your nipple and bite it with their teeth and rip your nipple off. Wow. Okay. Or somebody, no Novocaine, somebody, doesn't matter who, just takes a big old butcher knife, chops off your big old toe. No Novocaine.
That's easy.
Novocaine, somebody bites your nipple off.
That's
no
too
Novocaine.
Easy.
Dude, it's not easy.
It's too easy. I'd rather have my nipple ripped off.
By a mouth?
Yep.
Somebody, you have
then
to
lose
look
my
at
toe.
them.
You know what? Like you use your toe to walk, dude. I wouldn't be able to walk. My nipple's gonna be. Whatever.
Do you want to watch somebody though bite?
I don't want to do
like
any
a
of that,
cannibal?
but I'd rather live my life with
You
both
want
my
that?
toes. Yeah, I want it. Do it right now, please.
Okay. Well, honestly, I asked Ron and Jess the same question, and they were like, "Oh, the toe for sure."
Well, it's different for you guys, though. I think
the nips.
My nipples.
I mean, I want quick.
My nipple though doesn't matter as much. I mean, you guys are gonna have children one day, possibly breastfeed. You need both nipples, right? So the nipple is literally men's nipples don't do anything.
Bro, the thing that really bothers me though is picturing a man or a woman or whoever, because it doesn't matter, just the idea of somebody's mouth and teeth over my nipple and just drawing blood for one, and then just grabbing my entire nipple and ripping it off. I have to watch that, and of course I don't feel it, but I'm watching it.
Right, but it's more about what do you want to live with. Because that's just a one-time thing. I'll forget, I won't forget it.
I will never forget it.
I wouldn't forget it. Look at my logic though. You don't feel it. You don't feel it. I don't need it. My quality of life will stay the same.
No Novocaine. You feel everything. You feel the nipple rip off with your teeth.
Okay, now that changes things a little bit. Still would go nipple though.
You would still go nipple without numbing the nipple.
Your toes are so much more important than your nipples. To walk.
But you're going to feel teeth.
Right, but I would feel a knife slicing through my toe as well.
Yeah, quick.
But quicker.
Just a whoop.
9 teeth, 9.
Okay.
9.
Hey, Chase, I'm saying nipple, okay? That's what I'd rather.
We'll go with it, all right?
All right.
Dude, so I did a gig the other day. I played a gig in the morning, and then they were like, hey, dude, we're doing something in the nighttime. Do you want to do this nighttime gig? And I was like, dude, I would love to do that. I would love to. That sounds awesome. I never even negotiated a price.
You just said yes.
I said yes. And he was like, great. My point is, I did that gig. It ended up being well. They paid me well, which was good, but it could have not went that way. And
so you ended up leaving totally happy, satisfied.
Totally happy. It was great.
Yeah.
But I did say that was a learning experience,
Right.
Like from now on, I need to find out how many songs, how much the pay is.
Right.
What the gig is, right?
Right. Yeah.
What else do you think?
So are we trying to figure out the best way to approach being a professional musician and negotiating when
let's do that.
Well, there's two different ways. If I know the person, then obviously the conversation is going to look different. I'm going to be like, hey man, good to hear from you, thanks for asking me. I always start with what are the details? And they give me the details.
Very good question to ask.
That way you're not asking like, what's it pay? Because that's not cool.
Which I've done before.
I was kind of thinking, what about like when it's a good friend of yours? What if it's someone that you're really good friends with, someone that you know closely, and so it's like they may expect that's the hardest part, I think.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Like, if we want to talk about the music industry, musician industry, not because the music industry is very different than like gigging musicians, playing musicians. There's a lot of shadiness sometimes, and people that expect free stuff, people that expect you to do something or stay later or play a little extra. And so we have to deal with that. So it's important to like have a plan, and to like know your rates, know what you're willing to negotiate, what's out of bounds, what's still in bounds, and going from there. But I would say if it's somebody obviously the conversation is going to be smooth. It's going to be easy, especially if you know them.
Yeah.
What are the details? Okay, that's great. This is how much I need for that. Or I usually ask, is there a budget? Because a lot of times a place has a budget and it's just like, this is how much we pay.
Yeah.
And then you can decide whether or not it's worth it for your time, whatever. But if there's no budget and they're like, putting it on you, then you need to just know your rate, your hourly rate. So figure out time, the amount of songs, and know your rate per hour.
It's a little harder with friends, though, don't you think?
I think so. I think, yeah. Like, I think especially if you know that friend is expecting you to do something maybe for free or for really cheap, and you were like, you've had a slow week and you really need the money. That can get weird.
Yeah,
it's tough. But for me, like I like don't do anything for free in general.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to my livelihood, and that way it actually stays better that way. But if it's a friend, it's like obviously like cheaper discount, like let's work it out. And it's obviously very loose payment, like just pay me whatever is fine. But just to keep it like kind of all the same, I think it actually works out better. Just keep it more like, hey, like just shoot me some money. I'm just saying, keep the exchange of currency. Yeah. The exchange of goods. When I have kids one day and I'm like, hey, Ron, you're a professional nanny. And just to mention, she is a professional. Been doing it for 10 years?
Maybe longer, honestly.
Maybe longer, but you do it professionally. It's not like you're, Nancy the babysitter. Yeah. She's like a professional nanny. Some would call au pair. So yeah, if I have kids one day, I'm not going to be like, hey, Ron, can you watch my kids for a week for free? Yeah. Or can you watch my kids for a whole day? No, I'm going to be like, I'm going to pay you. Yeah. Ron will probably give me a discount.
Of course.
Right.
As I would.
Anyway. So if you were the young aspiring musician, and I'm not the end all that. Everybody's got their own way of doing it. But I would say as a way to start, if you don't know the budget, know your rate per hour offhand. Like I know what I'm like, where I'm at, what I'm getting consistently, know your rate per hour, and then find out how many songs, because the hourly rate also includes your practice time. So like you have to fit that into the final, the final price, because let's say it's only 4 songs, but the gig lasts 5 hours. You still give your hourly rate. This is how long I'm going to be there. My time is being taken up for 5 hours.
Yeah.
But if it's 5 hours and you have to learn 60 songs, you're going to have to put in 20, 30 hours learning those 60 songs. So you add that into your hourly price.
That's great. So what if, let's just say for a Thursday night, 3 hours, I'm like 150 feels good for a Thursday, right? Sure. And then they're like, hey, we can only pay you $75.
I think you should say no.
You're faced with that decision to say no, or just to say, okay, it's $75 on a Thursday.
I think it's better off in the long run to say no to those types of things, unless you're like hardcore strapped for cash.
Yeah.
Because I think it keeps you in a certain place. It keeps you in like a certain world,
Yeah.
And you have to kind of establish your world and live in it. And if somebody, because at the end of the day, you're giving away what is valuable, like very valuable, for super cheap.
Yeah.
And that I think that impacts you. I think it starts to tell you, like subconsciously starts to let you know, I'm really only worth $75. Yeah. Like I think it's better off in the long run to say no.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, you're so strapped and you just really need to make some cash, or it's like a really, really close friend.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, and you know, a lot of times even with gigs, like with playing with close friends, like I'll do that for free because that's a lot different. Like it's like we're gonna be hanging out. There's gonna be dinner and we're gonna have fun. Like that's something that I'll just not expect or want anything. 100%. And I think you would agree. Like when it's
I am that way. Yeah.
But it's different when for me because I produce.
Yep.
It's different to say I'll do a whole song for you for free because that's like multiple hours, a lot of different, like we got to talk about this, we got to talk about that, we got to work out the song. Producers also work with the artists, they track vocals and they're producing vocals, and it's like it's not just like, oh yeah, let me whip up a little track for you. It's usually a little bit more. So I never do that for free for anybody.
I love that.
But anyway, to sum it all up, establish your price per hour, include the amount of time that it's going to take you to learn those songs, and just stick to it. Just stick to it.
I love that. I really do love that. I'm bad at negotiating.
I mean, guys, that's pretty standard. That's not like brilliant, cutting edge.
I know, but like,
it's hard for some people.
it is.
Like,
it's hard for me.
Yeah, like some established musicians who are trying to like get it. Like, it's hard to determine like what's worth it for you, or like what you're willing to put your time and energy into. What, like, how much money that's worth to you. You know that kind of thing. Like,
also too, you have to learn what rate actually works too, in the sense of what the market's willing to pay for you. So establishing your rate could change if you figure out like, wow, nobody wants to pay me this rate. You're going to have to adjust your rate. I'm not saying that you shoot for the moon and say, I'm only taking, this is how much I need. If it's like, been 2 months and you can't pull a gig.
Yeah.
So then you got to figure out, okay, what value do I really bring to the table? And so, but once you do a couple gigs, you figure out what people are willing to pay. You figure out what you bring to the table as far as like all your different skill sets. Like for you on drums, if you're firing tracks, building tracks, bringing that, MDing along with other things, you just figure out what the market is willing to pay for you.
What would you be doing if you never did music?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
You know what I always wanted to be when I was a kid? In Venice, when they have those little boats where the guy sit like he's on the back and he's paddling and people around and he's like singing in Italian. I would want to be
that guy?
Yeah. A gondola. That's right, a gondola. I'd be a gondola, and I'd be the best dang gondola in all the south of Europe.
Yeah. Honestly, that'd be a cool job.
A gondolier.
That'd be a really cool job.
Dude, just friggin' paddling around Venice, eating pasta, grabbing some pizza. Getting some little snacks and stuff from the kiddos. And
how hard do you think that is? Do you think you need your own boat? Do you think
I'm pretty sure you have to have your own boat. Ron's been to Venice. She knows. What's up?
I did go to Venice.
Okay, so tell us about a gondolier.
I mean, I didn't take the boats.
So I didn't take the boats because they were kind of pricey, and I was like, I'd rather spend my money on good wine or cappuccinos. I don't know.
Nice big slice of pizza.
Big pizza, Italian dishes. I don't know. But we watched them, and they were, they made tons of money doing that too.
See?
Yeah,
I
they really
the good
did.
Ones.
Gondoliers, they just wear the striped shirts and the hats. And
they're all so hot. Yeah. They're all so sexy.
Very attractive. I'm going to say they are attractive.
You never see some like chubby little fat dude on a gondolier. It's always like this freaking suave, beautiful man with long hair. And, I'm not saying I would look that good being a gondolier.
Yeah.
But
I feel like
some would say I might.
I really feel like this is turning into you saying that you are hot enough and handsome enough to be a gondolier.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that in the slightest. But
that's what it
saying,
feels like, and I'm just like,
saying,
okay,
look, I'm saying some might say that I could. I'm not saying I am, though.
But you like it.
Hey.
All right, I'll end it with this. Honestly, I feel like you are a hot dude. You know what I mean? And I'll just say that for everybody to hear.
Do you think I'm hot enough to be a gondolier?
100%. Buy a hat, buy a striped shirt, you're good.
And I just got to learn a little Italian?
Exactly.
When the moon
You can
hits
already
your
sing.
eye like
Dude,
a
yeah, you're
big
good.
Pizza pie.
You're
Well,
great.
that's not Italian. That's English.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
They're
no.
in love now.
That was
All
not.
right. Okay.
Honestly, that wasn't needed to pull the mic to you, but that's okay. Dude.
And if not a gondolier, I'd work at a roller coaster park.
Ooh, I could see that.
Wow.
And I'd be the guy that's like
Wow.
strapping people in and have a good ride, kid.
You get bored
That
real
sounds
fast,
very
though.
boring.
No,
I was about to
because-
say,
Sounds very boring and very sad.
No, because I'd watch kids have joy every day. I'd watch them be full of joy and laugh and smile every day.
Jess just said that I can't say that that's a sad job. That is a sad job. Maybe that is somebody's job, and maybe somebody can find joy in that job. But imagine how hard that would be, right?
Hey, but Chase, I want
like
you to
you
think
gotta
about
wake
something.
up every day and be like, "Here we
Sir
go."
Chase, I want you to think about something. I want you to think about something, Chase. All right? Think about the joy on the children's faces every day.
You're gonna get so numb to that, and you're
No,
gonna be like, "I
nope.
I
don't
can tell you
care."
something about that.
Seeing joy on children's faces every day, I do that for a living, and it isn't really worth it. I'm a nanny, and I love them. But that's it.
Okay.
I love them, but also it's not worth your everyday. You know, you would.
You mean the smiles and the joy they just wear
seeing
off?
the joy on the kids' faces, it's like, cheers to you, kid. But you're not going to be happy, if you know what I mean, in the long run. Okay, that's all I have to say.
Oh, wow.
Moving on. It's a great way to end that.
You can just skip over that part.
No, we are not skipping
keeping
that.
Oh, we are keeping that.
All right, Ron, can you sing us into our next segment?
Questions from Instagram. Oh, yeah.
Nice. That was
This is
smooth.
good.
It sounded
Okay.
kind of like Delilah. Y'all remember Delilah? Delilah, love someone tonight.
No idea.
Oh, I remember Delilah.
You remember
I will
Delilah.
never forget Delilah.
Chase is a little young.
No
young-
idea.
He's a little
No idea. What
He's a
that-
little young buck.
Ron, which one do you think I should start with? I'm gonna start you off with a little softball here. All right, this is coming from our friend Cody Oliver.
Ooh,
Great
love
guy.
Cody.
We love Cody.
I love you, Cody.
We love-
sick singer, amazing songwriter,
Yep.
great worship leader,
Yep.
and
Great guy.
hilarious guy.
Yep.
And Julie's awesome.
We can go that far.
We can go that
Julie
far for
is
Cody.
awesome. He's got a great wife.
And his baby is
Julie's
cute
a great
as-
singer.
Cute
Yep.
as can be. Yeah.
Great baby.
hmm
Awesome dude. When did you start producing and / engineering?
I was 18. I mean, I was not good at all, but that's when I started.
Dude, you also said, you told me one time that if you think back to like when you were a kid, you
Mhm.
had like this old keyboard, right?
Ah, I did. My mom had a keyboard. It was like she had it was a baby grand, like a full baby grand. Like
Yeah.
y'all have seen it, like a big full baby grand, but it was electronic.
Yeah.
And you could record 12 tracks, and they had like drum sounds and piano sounds, synth sounds, bass sounds, and you could layer up to 12 tracks. And I used to do that, and I would make songs all the time.
Wow.
And the thing that sucked was it could only bank, I think, 8 songs. So I would make 8, and then I'd have to delete one to make another one.
Oh, wow.
So like, there's so many songs that I made so bad.
How old were you though?
I started when I was like 12. Like I was
Wow.
young. I was really young.
That's
And I
crazy.
didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea. I mean, technically that is producing / beat making or whatever.
Yep.
And again, trash beats.
Yeah.
So bad.
I wish I could hear them.
Oh my gosh. I wish we could play one right
Yeah.
now.
Wish we could.
One of the bigger ones.
Oh God, there's big questions?
There's-
I'm scared. Okay, go ahead.
Don't be.
Kristen Smith. And she says, tell Blondie to take his shirt off for the fans. They're asking for it.
We want to see that.
Can you do that for us or no?
Okay, guys. Look.
She asked for it, and it's like the people want it.
Do you am I supposed to stay the rest of the podcast with no shirt?
Maybe just a nip or a belly button.
You can see the hairy chest.
Whoa!
This is silly.
Sorry,
But you know,
Smith.
Kristen, we appreciate the question,
That was a
and
really
me and you will be having a talk later.
Very great question. That was a statement. But all right.
Not a question.
Parker Boice.
Oh,
Parker Boice.
Who's Parker Boice? I'm not sure who that
I actually
is.
don't know who that guy is. I'm pretty sure. I think he's just a random follower. I've never heard of him
just
in my
a fan?
life. Yeah, I think he's just a
big
fan, honestly,
Okay.
of me. Honestly, it gets a little creepy sometimes. This is not the first time he's reached out. And the first
Man,
couple
what are you gonna do
times.
about it? I mean, honestly, a name like Parker, it's dude.
I mean, what can you expect from a guy named Parker, really?
Look, to all you
Not
Parkers
much.
out there, look, I give you the benefit of the doubt.
Does he want you to take your shirt off too?
Well, hey, you never know with a guy named Parker.
Honestly,
Let's be
yes,
real.
but I'll skip past that because we've already talked about that. Parker says, "Why are you such a B?
Why am I such a B?
B as in boy." And you can interpret that any way you want to.
Well, you know, I don't know Parker. I
Okay.
don't know what his background is.
I
I
don't
don't know what
know
his
either.
story is. Sounds like he's probably really dead inside. Sounds like he's a little bit miserable. And I hate that for him, honestly.
Yeah.
We empathize. We
We
empathize.
do. We do. People are hurting, and sometimes they take it out on.
They come out. They just want to just spew hate.
Yeah, you're
they
right.
just want to.
View it.
They just want to.
And honestly, like
And-
I don't want to say what B means. Like I really think I know what he's trying to say.
I think I have an idea, but I wouldn't want to assume that.
No.
What Parker from
True.
friggin' what does he live? Probably in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania or something.
Exactly.
I mean, just a guess. I don't know. But anyway, look, listen, Parker, if you're listening, man. First of all, I want to say one thing. I want to say you are loved. Somebody out there loves you. Hey, this is serious.
Yeah, you're right.
Listen, you're loved. You're valued.
Yeah.
There's people that care about you, and I would encourage you to seek them out. Find fellowship,
Amen.
and God loves you. He knows your heart, and he wants you to be happy again. He wants you to love yourself again. And obviously right now you don't love yourself. So
Yeah.
anyway, next question.
All right, here we go. And this one is for real. This one is actually a musical question.
Okay.
John Goring.
Gehring. John Gehring.
John Gehring, which we know and love.
I love John.
Serious question. He says, when you wipe, do you want front to back or back to front?
Okay, I'm gonna have a disappointing answer to this question.
You don't wipe.
I don't wipe. No, that's not true. I wipe. I sometimes front to back, sometimes back to front. It depends.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
It depends on what it is, right?
like
Sometimes
whatever
if they're
is the
like-
most effective way to eliminate the problem.
I get that.
I don't.
And I
get
don't want to
that.
get into detail. You know,
If
whatever
it's liquid.
gets the job
Yeah.
done. Listen, John, I think that's a fantastic question, and I don't want to laugh and make fun of John's
No,
question.
this is a serious question.
So
I'm not
I would
laughing.
say, depending, John, listen, if you're listening, depending on your situation, I would say use both methods. Who says you can't use both? Really, who says? What's the next question? Honestly,
Thank you, John. This next question
the Constitution.
comes from Bonnie McBonbon.
Love Bonnie McBonster.
Okay. Bonnie says, if you could sit down with a famous musician or producer, who would it be?
Easy.
Who?
Rick Rubin.
What would you say? What would you
Well,
ask?
Everything. I
Well-
would just want to talk to him for an hour. I would want to figure out just what goes on in his brain. For those of you that don't know, Rick Rubin is an incredible Grammy award-winning, multi-award-winning producer. He's produced so many different genres. He's produced rap, country, pop, heavy metal, rock and roll, and he's got, major accolades in all of those. And he's just I really like him a lot. I really think his music is sick. It'd be either him or Brian Eno.
Spence, do you have any advice for an up-and-coming musician, producer, somebody in the music industry?
My advice would be to be yourself 100%, find what you like, and get really good at what you like, and really good at what like comes natural, and then let other things come from there. I think if you really do what you love and what is natural to you to do, you'll have the drive to like work really hard at it and get really skilled at that. And then with that skill that you have, other skills and other genres and other types will come easier. If I was talking to an 18-year-old that wanted to be a producer, I would say, do what you really love, because you'll actually wake up every day and do it. And also be a great hang. Be super nice to people. Don't be shady. Don't be weird. Be honest. And be thankful. Be grateful. Ron.
Whatever, any opportunity anyone gets.
Right. But more specifically, really get good at what you're good at first. Start with that.
I love that. Spence, where can people find you?
Well, they can find me right here, Chase Lowe's house.
Do you got an Instagram?
Yeah, Spenser Boice, Spenser Boice, Boice. And then same Facebook, Spenser Boice.
Is it just at Spenser Boice?
At Spenser Boice, dude.
Wow.
I got in early before anybody else snagged it.
Nice.
And then, yeah, my email is spenserboice@gmail.com. Let's work. Let's clap. Let's do it.
Do you have OnlyFans or anything?
Do you have an OnlyFans? It's too expensive for y'all, though.
You're really
too pricey.
You're not even gonna.
Really?
No.
You're not even.
What the heck?
Ron, did you really think that?
Dude, I don't know. Everyone's doing it these days. I'm like, I don't know.
I have an OnlyFans, but it's only just me trying on different plaid shorts.
I'm down. I'm good.
I paid for that.
Like, it's just me trying on every design of plaid shorts in the entire world.
That's really dope, dude.
But hey, I'm going to make a prediction. Plaid shorts coming back in big
They are
in
big.
2021.
We'll end it with this. You're coming out with your own music, right?
Yes, soon.
I'm excited about that.
All I can say is soon. And you know what? I met a guy today. Hung out with a guy today. His name is Trigby. Well, we've met before, but we really hung out today, and we connect. I feel like we connected. Trigby, if you're watching this, you're the sweetest guy, awesomest guy ever. And he's gonna play bass on it tomorrow.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
He's a awesome bass player.
That's sick.
So
Be on the lookout for his new stuff.
Yep.
Benzer Boice.
that's me.
Spence, I love you, dude. Thanks for doing this.
Love you.
I wouldn't have it any other way. First podcast, Friends in Low
neither.
Places. Ron, I freaking love you. Ron, I want to have you on this before you leave.
Ron,
in
can you sing
January.
us out? Can you give us an outro?
Ron,
song?
will you be on this before you leave for January?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm 100,000% sure.
For
Okay,
those of
cool.
you that don't know, we're formerly known as the Three Amigos. Me and Ron and Chase have been really good friends for a long time. And we are so glad that Ron was here the whole time.
I'm honestly so blessed to be here. Thank you guys for having me. I really didn't do anything except for just sit here and applaud Chase and Spencer the whole time because they're my best friends.
Ron, can you sing us out with a Friends in Low Places song? Not the actual song, but
Friends in low places. Yeah, we're all friends here. We're all friends in low places. And if you wanna be our friend, you can be our friend too. If you come here and I'm friends in low places.
Nice. Very good.
That's all I
Very
got.
good.
love
All
you
right.
guys.
Love y'all.
Adios. I'll tell you what, that was the one, huh?
That was the one.